We are live.
Bong rip. Ripping. Rippers.
And we are live on D420K. Hello, Darren. What you got planned for us today?
Well, we're going to do a little tech talk, just a little tech talk on the topic of watering your soil plants.
And we are live on D420K.
Feeding them.
Hello,
Oops.
Darren. What you got? We forgot to mute that.
All good. I quickly gave you a little mute there, Darren, so you are muted for a second, but it's all good, Holmes.
He'll be right with you.
Yeah, okay. There we go. I fucked up. That's the way it goes, man. We're fucking bong ripping for breakfast. This is how it works.
We're all human.
It's going to be a little bit of a fucking fuck up once in a while, but that's okay. We're going to talk about soils, when to water, when not to water, when is a sweet spot over and under watering, and just the natural organics of what we all have in our brains today. Straw Nana, I see that Tara's blasting up there. We got Johnny, we got Drake, we got Buddha Blaze, and we got a couple more people dropping in here, hopefully, and we're just going to talk bong rips for breakfast, chit chat, talk shit, keep it respectful, blah, 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 like we always do anyways. And anybody in chat, if you would like to join us in the room on video chat, you need the Zoom app, you need a decent phone or computer to jump on and ask us. We'll send you the link. And if you jump on, come on in. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. And for starters, bong rip, mother lovers, let's get this started off right. Fuck yeah.
Nothing about hash, right? It's kind of like that's what we do. It's all about hash. It's like, gotta love the rippers.
You got that right, and I'm going to jump in on some lovely hash rosin. I'm going to go in on some sour kush mints crossed with wedding cake. And it's just heavy and got that gas and just smack you right between the eyes.
So we talk about what you shouldn't do. You should not have a pipe this dirty. See, this is what we call pipe abuse. So I'm going to just throw that out right away. This is pure pipe abuse.
Johnny, show them your ball rig. Show them your water-stained ball rig, Johnny.
So this is some more pipe abuse. So this is what we call well used. This is something that we call like I'm just like, and you can even see the resin on the top here from me drooling because it tastes so good. So this is called pipe abuse, bong abuse. That's phone abuse. And
we're covering them all on here.
Throw it all in there. So clean your bong. Like, I don't know. As we're sitting here doing this show today, I'm actually going to start cleaning this damn thing. And it's kind of like, and I got to water my plants next too. But as I'm doing the bong rip, I'm like, that's disgusting. Sorry, guys. Pipe abuse.
Just get a sonic cleaner, Johnny.
What's that?
A tiny little box. You put water in it, or you put alcohol, or you put water mixed with DC cleaner. You can turn it up to 100 degrees, and it'll boil in there, or you can turn it on, and it'll actually makes a sonic current in the water, it basically creates bubbles inside.
Look at the color of that bong water. That's disgusting. What's wrong with me? Like I'm not even. That's pretty bad. And
Johnny, this is how it should look, Johnny.
Thank you, Darren.
This is the ball rig. I have my mothership, and I'm so grateful to have my mothership. At a point in my life, I was able to do some good trades and some good deals with these individuals that had like-mindedness as the same. And I did good trades, and I got lucky, and I got to have a few. Now I'm actually going to sell one of my motherships to a brother, nice ball rig brother. I'm going to send I'm going to sell my bro one of my motherships, either this mini.
I've hit that plenty of times.
Yes, you have. Or this mini.
Straight fab?
Straight fab. Straight fab fixie.
Yeah, with the fixie.
Now, I'm actually fucking stoked to have my buddy have one of these. Like I'm not charging him extra. We're not gonna barter or anything like that. It's just gonna be a straight deal. He knows what they're worth, and I'm gonna charge him fair, like I was. And he is. I'm happy to have him have a part of it. You know what I mean? I don't know many people with motherships up here or anything like that, and the ones that do, that's pretty neat. You know, it's. I love my ball rig. This is the one I hit every day, all day. The other ones are fucking beautiful. I had another one. I sold it to a friend too, and I made out really good on that one actually, and fucking was pretty happy with that trade. Fucking right. No, I'm happy to let it go. My buddy last night was like, "Oh, you're gonna be sad to let those go," and I'm like, "Well, fuck. How often do I use it?" He says, "Well, I've never actually seen you use it." And I'm like, exactly. And I know guys that have heady fucking glass and have broke them, and then they're worth fucking nothing. Well, I got a nice little collection up there in my China my little corner cabinet of a whole bunch of nice little bongs and stuff. Some stuff from Corey and Hippo and fucking Mothership. Like there's some deadly stuff up there. I love it. But I can let go one of my motherships, man. Fucking no problem. I can't wait for my buddy. I hope he comes over when we're doing this live. We'll fucking do it on fucking live. Here you go, bro. You know, I think it's great. Bong rip to that. We're going to do a lot of bong rips this morning, guys. Let's go. Load them up.
I'm cleaning my pipe.
My bowl isn't even cold yet. I can just burn myself.
Aaron, did you want to talk about the fire that you picked up?
No.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wanted to actually talk about your fire that you picked up because you were
which one you want to talk about?
Pretty nice stuff there, actually.
This is how we clean our pipes. Well,
I'm going to show how to clean his pipe first.
No, show us your stuff, John. We can see Johnny.
yeah, show us your stuff. I'm just like cleaning my pipe because I'm getting in shit for it.
Shit, all right.
The Straw Nana is this beautiful, amazing, light, beautiful blonde. It's amazing. Very, very nice
That's
high.
nice.
Not a real powerful high though. Not like boom, hit you in the face high. I actually went back for seconds on this one. This one's called Granola Funk. It is from Constellations. And that's probably like one of my favorites. That really gives me probably the most punch out of all the ones I think I picked up. Other than I do like this. The Mendo Breath is very, very nice. That's also another beautiful one that I picked up. And that one's from Washington Hash.
Wicked.
And then I have another one from Washington Hash. So
Another
yeah.
one.
And another one. So yeah, there you go. What do you got, Drake? What are you puffing on?
So for a few things, as I mentioned, I got a couple different hash rosins going on. Showed off the one prior, the shower cushments. Here's some Tropicana cookies. Same thing, super loud profile. It's that F2 from Oni. Hit up Tribal Gardens on Instagram. Check him out for fucking seeing some of those plants grow and just how fire it is. But comes through with that super citrusy, orangey with that pine behind it. And it's just loud. And like when you're coughing, even if you go too hot, it's just that citrusy pine. And yeah, it got nice effect as well.
Angie all day.
Yeah. Here's some live resin.
Nice.
Comatose cross gelato.
Gelato. That's a nice cultivar. I had some of that at a cup or 420 one year. The last time I was there, and fucking, I want it. Whoever's got a nice cut of gelato out there, I got a nice OG, man. I'd do a trade. Fucking.
Oh, there you go. That'd be cool. Yeah,
You
I'd love
know?
to see a really nice.
What gelato you want, Aaron? I have access to all the gelatos. What number you want?
I'm not sure, but you know what I like.
I mean, I know you don't like the puke lime. That's the 33.
That's right.
The 41 is fuck. I forgot. But I know a guy in Cali, he has like 4 of them or 5 of them. The 33, the 41. Then there's one where they cross the 41 with the 33. they call it like the 70, the 73 or 74 or whatever. You know what I mean? Silliness like that. But it's a guy out in Cali who I met a couple of years ago. That's actually where I got my apple fritter cut, which that's the Lumpy Farms one. So much hype, and I paid so much for it, and it's not even special to me.
That's the fucking part in this industry that I don't like is me and my buddies, we spent a chunk of money on seeds. And I mean a chunk of money that I'm sure I talked to you about before at one time. A stupid amount of money for these cuts, for not these cuts, these seeds. And I haven't seen anything special out of any of them yet.
Well, seeds is a lot bigger gamble for a roof for sure. And I mean, buying a cut is just as much of a gamble if you can't confirm that it's a legit cut, if that's what it is. But, you know, you hope that your karma and you've dealt with enough people to know who's lying, who does good business,
yes,
etc. Yes. I just look at the guy who he reposts his people's stuff, and it's like, well, that looks legit. That looks good. That doesn't look like crap. You don't see anybody calling them out. You know, we're in an industry now where people get called out right away as soon as someone fucks someone over. It doesn't take long to find out who's who.
Yep.
I trust this guy, and I've smoked the apple fritter. When I went to Emerald Cup the first year, that was like 4 years ago, I bought it, and it was like an $18 pre-roll. They didn't have any flour, and I'm like, I need to try this flour, but they don't even have an eighth to buy, let alone anything else. So I'm going to buy this fucking $18 gram joint. You know, I'm gonna custom myself for science.
For sure.
And it was all right.
In the name of science.
It was good.
Yeah.
But when I got the cut, I grew it out, whatever. I was just like, yeah, like, okay, this is what I had smoked. But I had bought it more on the strength of the exclusivity of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a you know how it works with the market with different things. It's half of it is exclusivity and hype, and half of it is actual good product. You have to find the balance because that's just the reality.
The majority of it is the fucking hype and the pretty part and everything like that. And the other part that's really good is hard to get out because so many people haven't actually had that good. All they've reached is those other levels. They haven't had that eureka moment of, holy fuck, what did I just fucking smoke? What was that? I need that in my fucking world no matter what, like a fucking fiend almost. Like once they reach that spot, boom, the fucking world opens. And it's because like a person like you've been all over the world. You've tried stuff from all over the world, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You know the difference. You know the difference. A lot of people haven't left their city of Prince George of 100,000, 80,000 people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
I mean, because of the internet, even it's opened it up a lot now because of the internet. But even then, these $300 grams and all that kind of stuff that are available, people don't want to buy it just because it's like, why the fuck would I want to spend that kind of money on it? Because they don't understand the fucking hundreds of hours it takes to actually make that 99.9 fucking dry sift heads and stuff like that. And
$500 down.
It's
exactly, Johnny.
What's that, Johnny?
Said the $500 down.
That's right. Explain that, Johnny. Run us through it. Highlight it, please. Somebody, let's see.
What I talk about, and the only person who can ever get this, okay, you have to be the grower. And we're talking about first bounce. And first bounce is what I always call like that sweetest, crispiest apple or that beautiful pear, that one of the freshest fruit that's on the tree that when you just touch it, it falls off and drops in your hand and you crunch into it. I believe harvesting that trichome is the exact same thing. That first one that falls off of that leaf naturally is the ripest and the most purest and the most perfect part of the cannabis trichome. It's cured properly, it's ripe, it's fresh, it's falling off. We haven't bastardized it, we haven't let it cure, we haven't tried to cure it. It's like taking an apple that isn't cured properly, storing it, and then make sure it gets to a store like a month later. You know, it takes some time. But that fresh one happens when it first hits the screen. So you cut your strains. You're using a 110 LP screen, and you're harvesting on the 200. I actually have a 304 underneath too sometimes just to see what happens. But when it just hits the screen, you're not doing anything. You're cutting it off the tree. You're letting it hit the screen, and don't touch it. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're just cutting everything off the stick, so you have all these buds on top of there. Then you lift the screen off, and underneath of that is what I call the creme of the creme, the gravy. It is first bounce. I love it. It's like the last crop I did. Like I always say, it wasn't the best crop, but the first bounce from trimming 1.5 pounds, just putting it on the screen, I got 2 of the most epic rips that you would ever have. Melted like water, tasted amazingly. And that's why it's worth $500, because you can only get it at that time. You can only get it when you're trimming. You're going to take like 1 pound of weed and get 1 little awesome dab. So let's do the math on that. So you get 1 gram of most epic hash from 1.5 pounds of weed. So what's that value? I believe it's a $500 dab.
You tell us, everybody out there, what that would be worth to you. Now you got to be the grower. You got to put the love in. You got to fucking take the time. You got to have the passion. You've got to have all of the elements of that formula to make that the way you want it. Now, what's that worth?
$500. Well, I say $420, but $500 just came into. But I say it's the $420, and give me a tip.
And you know what? That
you know why?
Is cheap.
Because I don't want to sell it. Because I don't want to. I want you to get it for yourself. I want to make it so outrageous that the only way to get that is for you to grow your own. Get those screens, experience that first bounce, experience that most epic, and then start making your hash on from there. Then you can have your next screen, trimming the screens, and then you get that second one. Then you can do the static if you want, but it should be still really, really clean. Then you do the really harvesting up the trichomes on there, and then you have to do the static. Then you take that and you make your bubble hash. Then from there, you make your rosin. See all these solventless runs you can make from one plant? That's why I love it so much, you guys. It's because you get so much rewards from growing your own.
Well, totally.
Everybody can, sorry, Drake. Everybody can grow 4 plants. So absolutely every single person out there can do this. No problem. If you've got a room that you've got for your computer room, you got your little man cave in your basement, whatever, your garage, your little tent, 4 plants in it, spend the time, learn it, fuck it up, kill it, start over, do all kinds of things. Or jump on, ask questions, come into the group when we're not even live and show us your stuff. We'll help you with it. We'll help you with any of it. We won't hold back a single fuck. We won't go, oh, well, you know what? I can help you, but you're going to have to pay us this much.
No, you got to make use of all these platforms that are out here and like all this information that's there. And, you know, they're just find the people that are trying to give the information out as, you know, as we get it. We're trying to do that for sure.
Plus, we have all these different groups. Exactly. I'm trying to do as much as I can in the Discord group, Johnny B Grow Room Discord group. Definitely hook it up there. I'm trying to get that building. So we have all that knowledge drop. We have these little places, all these videos.
Definitely.
Going to thing. I'm just still watching that episode that you just did, Tara, with Heavy Ice Works with Aaron. I love that. You know what? I remember the beginning stories of this. All of these stories and how
Johnny's actually coming back on. We're gonna do another video, so stay tuned. And there's also
I'd love to join in on that one because
Gastown Dave is also gonna be coming on. We're gonna be chatting it up about that stuff.
Cool, Dave's cool.
Did you send a link out to any of these guys yet, Tara?
I didn't know if you wanted me to. I didn't know what you had planned.
Absolutely. Whoever you want to send a link out to, you're more than welcome to. You got always got good guests on your shows and people in your scope that you want on.
Tara's got quite the quiver full of resources here. She's got a lot of real big friends in the industry, and that's exactly what they are. They're friends. They're not business associates. So
she's making moves, kicking ass.
Talking about friends and bringing up Discord, we got to shout out Lemon Hoko's Discord. You guys got to check that out as well. Check out John, check out Lemons.
Please send him an invite as well, Tara. Anybody that you want on, they're more than welcome to come in. They're always good people.
Also, by the way, Darren, you're the only one that can go back to gallery view. So
ready?
On speaker view, unless you switch that over. Just so you know.
Boom. Get all of our handsome and pretty faces on here.
Is it looking better? Slowly cleaning. This is what happens when you don't clean your bong properly. This is the hardest bong I've ever had to clean because the dry sift sits inside these little vessels that go up and recycle.
That's what the sonic cleaner's for, bro.
Well, I need to get one. I mean, I'm gonna I'm like, come on.
They're like $200, bro. It's a small investment. Tim has one from Kind. He has a small one. And
I'm
Dave
gonna go see
one.
Tim. I'm gonna go see him tomorrow. I'm gonna bring my bag with me.
Dave has one too. I've seen. They both have the small one.
So
This is what.
are they like jewelry cleaners?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I have a 10-liter one here, and it works great. I can fit the whole rig in there.
They're also, yeah, if you look up like
Water stains and all.
industrial devices or chemical scientific device cleaners, ultrasonic cleaners, they'll come up with a whole bunch of different sizes, random ones.
yeah.
We used to use them in the skincare industry for dermatology and that, but like they have them in dentistry, they have all kinds
Fixing
of
cell phones and technology, right? We use a lot of that. We throw those words in there.
Anything you want to clean, like that you think you couldn't. Glasses, jewelry, bongs, turp pearls. I put my turp pearls in there. I put all my dab tools in there. You know, all my carb caps. Anything that's hard to clean, like this Sherlock. I've been hitting it. Once I'm done, I'll throw it in there and it'll look brand spanking new, like I never used.
I'm gonna buy one tomorrow. Are they on Amazon?
Amazon.
What am I buying? I'm on here right now. I'm gonna go to Amazon.
It's an EZR, a KZR or EZR. Let me look. I have it right here.
Yeah, and then as soon as we figure this out, we'll share it for everyone else out there. If anyone wants to clean their rigs and stuff like that, just like this. When we get the information, we want to give it out, even if it's just little simple things for cleaning your rig.
The brand is COZ Sonic Cleaner, and they have tons of different size, little ones to like huge ones. They're rather
cleaner.
What's the cost range on them?
Like $199.
The COZ Ultra Cleaner, 360-degree cleaner.
That's the one.
Yeah,
I seen Lorenzo from Terps Army using it, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?"
Okay, so I'm just looking at these things. I'm on Amazon. I tried to share it, but Darren won't let me.
Not allowed, John.
Well, just
Darren won't let me. But the COZ Ultrasonic Cleaner, 360-degree cleaner. It looks pretty cool. It's a sponsored.
Hey, share it now, Johnny.
Share it now.
You got the power.
Share the screen.
Share it now, Johnny.
Did not know I had this type of power.
There it is, right there. That's the smaller version.
We kept you hid for so long, darn it.
So here we go.
There you go. Those ones in the middle, though, there's multiple sizes for sure. Whatever you need. Look, that one's $100, 2-liter.
This one here.
You're not gonna fit your whole rig in there, depending what you want to put in.
How many liters does the ball rig need?
You want to put the ball rig in, you'd want to get the 10-liter one. That's what I have. And I can fit this full circle ball rig on its side, and then once it's gone, I flip it. Like Lorenzo Terps Army, he puts his I'm guessing it's like a $40,000 Yushin, the owl. He has the giant owl rig, and he puts it right in there. It's like when I want it really clean well, it's like I put it in there with alcohol. There's some tricks though, like you can put straight ISO in there, but you can't have it go higher than 60.
15-liter commercial. Is that what we're looking at?
I think that's the one I have. Yeah, 15 or 10 mine is. Let me look.
Okay, so there are some units that you have to be careful. They actually heat up as they do this. That's the purpose of some of them devices to do that.
So here we go, guys. Here is the Superland 10-liter commercial ultrasonic cleaner, professional stainless steel cleaner with heater, digital time.
That's the exact one I have. Yeah. And yeah, it's like you gotta understand that you put anything in there like ISO, you can't heat it higher than 60 degrees, and you can't close the top. What I'll do is I'll put 0 ppm water in there with like 300 milliliters of DC cleaner. And that does a great job of breaking down like oil and gunk in like spots that are super hard to get to or impossible to get to by just shaking some friggin' orange cleaner or whatever in it, you know? So it's a cool little, a cool little thing to have. Like I said, you can get a smaller one if you just want to clean like your tools, your carb caps, your pearls, or if you have a small rig. But anything.
Was saying something about it heats up. Does yours heat up, Buddha? And what was the temperature thing about, Tara?
On the left is your temperature. On the right is how many minutes you want the thing to be running sonically shaking. If you put alcohol in there, you shouldn't put it higher than 60 degrees. They say not even to put alcohol in there. So I like to just put water and DC cleaner, which is like a mix of karanga oil and different things. And you can heat it up to I'll heat it up to like 90 degrees and just put it in there and let it boil off any of the oil, you know?
Has there ever been any horror stories, like any issues with things in there, rigs breaking or something like that?
My one buddy, Everlasting Extracts, who you probably know, he actually hit up Mothership and was like, I have one of these. Is it safe to put my Mothership in there? And they were like, yes, it's fine. Just don't put maybe a dab mat on the bottom because it's got a little carriage and it could scrape like the glass, you know? But other than that, my buddy, he had one where the glass was too thin. We put it in there and it actually shattered a part of one of the inside walls. But it was like one of the artist's first rigs ever. You're muted. One of the first rigs ever. So I don't know. It might not have been, you know what I mean? The most thorough.
God, that fucking scares the shit out of me, man. I'd hate that.
I mean, if you have a glass, if you have a Mothership, they say there's nothing. That's to put the sonic on, though, right? That's to like put it in there and hit the sonic clean where the thing goes and like it literally creates oxygen bubbles.
Is that a buzzer for dab time? I think so.
Yeah, that's
the dab buzzer.
But
yeah,
by the way, we got Lemon Hoko's Discord group just jumping in. I just shared it over there. Thanks, guys, for jumping in, and everybody, thanks for joining us today and following along and hanging out with us on this awesome happy Sunday.
Yeah, we
got 710.
We got some good views there. You know, we got 50 people in, 54 people in checking us out. That's pretty cool.
Well, that means there should be about 54 bong rips happening right now.
Well, we're doing it, right? Like,
so yeah, you could put it in there. You could put it in there, Darren, and just boil the liquid and not have to worry about breaking anything because you don't have to put on the sonic function where it actually what it's doing is the sonic vibration creates bubbles in the liquid which explode in the liquid, and that's what kind of cleans the surface.
Yeah, I remember that exact little unit for doing some cell phone repairs and stuff like that. And I just remember it was you know, they make some good noise that water is fucking going. So I was like, oh yeah, it just seems interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's another heady toy if you know.
I'm just saving on ISO because I just fill my bongs up full of ISO and let them sit. Everybody says that's bad for my heady glass because a lot of it's fumed and stuff like that, and you don't want to wreck that fuming. So I used to put salt in some of these, and I don't want to do that with the inside fuming because it might break that down.
But won't this possibly leaving salt in there leave a watermark? Because a watermark is basically salt and different minerals in the water that dry on the glass. Like this thing looks nice and clean, but right at the top, there's all watermarks. And I tried just soaking this in distilled water for like 3 days, and it got a lot of it out, but I can still see it. And even putting it in ISO or putting it in distillate and in the sonic cleaner,
Hot vinegar.
Awesome. I'm gonna try that.
And be very cautious, but definitely done a fair amount of, you know, get a half a cup or a little bit less of ISO, put it in the microwave for 10-15 seconds, let it heat up, and then use that and shake the rig. I mean, it's obviously like, be careful.
That's the best way. ISO.
That's the sonic cleaner you can do. You can put ISO in there, but you can't put it up to a certain temperature.
You have to control, yeah.
It could explode, right? So if you leave it at 60, and you leave the top off, you can actually, I've done that with my buddy's bangers, and he was so surprised how clean they were. Because they were just disgustingly corroded after years of. This is the guy. I go to his house and I go to take a dab, and I'm like, "Bro, do you not have a dab that doesn't?" I'll pull like all his dabbers out. I'm like, "They got like, how old is that dab? That's from like last year. That's from 6 months ago." Like, Come on, clean that shit out. Oh, sorry.
That's so funny.
So hence bong abuse, and that's
So
why I was gonna
Look at it.
an
He's
hour.
looking.
Josh says alcohol can ruin fume. Question mark.
I've been doing it for years, so I can't. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Break the
I figured-
rules.
I figured alcohol was the go-to for cleaning heady glass. I 99% ISO.
That's what I use. I use 99.9%. I got 5 gallons of it. I bought it like 8 years ago. It's about half full.
Darren, what do you think about these, Darren?
Right
Are
there.
you on that
What is-
train?
What is that?
It's a dab temper. Basically, I set it down under the nail,
Yeah.
and it gives me the exact temp until it hits where I want it to be, and then I do my dab.
Like
So
this?
kind of like the Temtec.
Like
but
this one?
handheld.
Oh yeah, there you go. You got
I
that
love
one.
it, man. I fucking love it. It does. I bring my toke down to 460, 450, and I hit it.
Celsius. How much Fahrenheit?
I don't know. Fuck. 73.
Same.
No, not 73.
Same thing, but this one is like the pocket one.
Yeah, that's a nice. That's cool. Oh, I like it.
I've been cleaning my pipe so I can actually do a job.
I see Cam, my buddy there, commented in chat, and he's had a pretty good expertise with lots of glass there, and he's saying be very cautious with the ultrasonic. He's actually saying don't use it, and that he's personally seen motherships break in there. But I'd like Cam, if you're watching, jump on, come fucking school us. And then he also said
Come on in,
he
Cam.
commented about the fumed glass.
That's
that you're
hilarious,
looking at
because
at a specific time.
Mothership says that it's safe to use them. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's sort of like, I don't know why they say it's safe because we've seen them break in there. But I don't. Yeah, he's pretty
I'm
knowledgeable.
not
with
doing
glass,
it,
for
then.
sure.
If you're breaking heady glass in these things, forget it. I'll just clean them with ISO.
You'll just keep it dirty. It's fine.
Yeah, just
I'll
keep
clean
it
it.
fucking
See how nice
dirty.
and clean that's
Filthy.
been? Check that sucker out. So it's a Dan LaSalle recycler.
Yeah,
The
it's
biggest
not
problem
sparkling.
is going to be cleaning the drop down. Now that's going to be one hell of a clean. This is all only dry sift and bubble hash in this pipe.
No CRC?
No CRC. CRC.
I remember CRC, like platinum. I remember when people used to be like, no, you can't hit anything but solvent on my nail. Don't be
What they
hitting
put
no
for?
rosin on my nail.
But
Look where we are now. It's quite the opposite.
I smoke weed. Here's how you break your mothership. I'm kidding.
All right, I'm going back to smoking this joint. All right, so what's everybody got growing in the garden right now? Can we talk about strains and growing? What you got going on right now, Darren? Got anything new and exciting, or you just got another round of OG?
Well, of course, I got the OG.
You're growing the corn right for him?
Then I got I got some Gorilla Glue going, strawberry banana going, some wedding cake barb going, some fresh orange going, and a new OG that my buddy grew from seed. That is one of my very close brothers, and he
The guy who grows mids usually, you said?
yeah. Yeah, but he doesn't usually. He keeps bees getting. He did better. He fucking kicked ass. He really kicked ass. But where was I there? Fuck.
The OG. We're talking about
New
strain.
OG.
Okay, we were talking about what I was growing there. That's right. The Gorilla Glue.
His new OG.
The new OG. There's fuck. I know I'm missing something. There's something else I'm missing there that's nice. Like these are just plants. These other ones are plants for Percy, right? Like fucking all the different flavors to separate and maybe wash, maybe not. I want to press, but I don't want to press any of the flowers. I want to actually do what we've been talking about.
Hell yeah.
Now, I'm almost at temperature here, so if you got it, fucking throw it in your bowl, because this is bong ribs for breakfast. We're not just sitting back, fucking not getting high. Whoever's not getting high.
Fire in the
Where
hole.
the man?
Rig.
Fire in the hole. It's ready to
I
rock.
can do bong rips.
Fire in the hole. Oh, yeah. Ooh, down 479. And that's Fahrenheit, Johnny. All right? Fahrenheit.
Always, man.
458, 457, 447. I'm going in. I like a
Ding,
nice.
ding,
little-
ding.
I go in at about 600.
Yeah, I go in at like 560, 600, depending on the nail, how old it is, and how quickly the temperature goes down.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's nice to double tap too, right? I know, Darren, you do some reheats every now and then, right? You get cold, get those terps, and then give it another blaster and get your Johnny B token.
I rolled this joint last night and I didn't smoke it, and I just realized that it's a donut. So there's like a half a gram of rosin in the middle of the joint.
Well, that's a nice little surprise or a good thing to remember. There you go, a little treat.
I was like,
Funny
I
story.
don't think
I got a funny story for the world on donuts.
Lay it on us.
snakes.
Well, I like riding my motorbike, doing long road trips. And sometimes I smoke weed on the bike when I'm riding.
Yeah, sometimes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? Yeah. This is a fictional story too. Now, I rolled up some joints that had some real nice dry sift. I put that in the middle. That was a good toke. Or sometimes I'll put a bubble hash in there. It's before the rosin days, anyways. And it's like taking fucking 15, 20 bong rips of good fire in a row. When you're riding your bike, you're cruising down the road. So I've literally had to pull over, sit at a picnic table and have a sandwich. Because I always pack. If I got a cooler, I put it on my right on my fucking saddlebag that I have with cold drinks and stuff for sandwiches and everything else. So I just had to sit and have a sandwich and everything because I was so fucking high. I was having like a little bit of a panic attack. Are you breathing? Fuck, don't you fucking pass out on this thing. You better pull over and just fucking start breathing a little bit more. You know, just like you're in the fucking head because 10, 15, 20 bong rips in a row of that fucking good shit in that joint. That shit works big time.
It works big time.
Oh boy.
Thank God I was wearing glasses. I just sprayed ISO all over my face. Made my
No
glasses-
break,
so.
no breaks neither. Every puff is just a fucking bong rip of dry sift. And you're on the bike with the fucking wind in your hair, so you're just pulling it. Big drags. Oh, bro, I could just imagine.
Yep.
Upside down and inside.
Music fucking blaring, just loving it. Loving it.
For sure. That was like one of the first times we started getting the Kind pens. And like, so Kind Selection here in Canada has like, in my opinion, they are the best solvent extractor.
Number one. Fuck yeah.
Like,
I
I don't
agree.
really smoke solvent anymore, but I will smoke his gear. And I specifically buy his carts. Right? I'll buy his carts because it's literally the pour off terps and THC from some of the strains
The
that come
Ripper
out.
is fucking tasty. Excuse my language.
They come out more liquid. So he'll take those strains and he'll fill carts. And when we first started getting those carts, man, it's like doing a full dab. Like,
Yep.
It is the closest thing to doing a real dab of any product, of any cart, of any fucking I've ever tried. And we were driving, me and the boys. So we're working, we're driving, allegedly, and you know my partner. I'm not gonna name him, but he's fucking like here, just
Yeah.
handing me shit, right? Handing me, and he's changing the carts every time. And he put on the zombie kush. Holy fuck, bro! We're hitting that, and I only hit it once. Like I almost passed out driving. I got so high, like, oh, you could see it in my face. He just grabs the cart back. He's like, yeah, we're gonna change that one. He's like, you can't be smoking that. You can't be smoking that one. Here, and we like switched up to a different strain because it was so powerful.
Oh
like,
my God, eh?
Yeah, man. You know, like you said, you were just like, oh fuck. Well, you could read my face, I was high as balls.
Right on, man. I'm sending him an invite right now. See if he comes in.
Yo. So all those strains you mentioned, besides obviously the OG and maybe the 33, are these the first time you're growing these strains?
Pardon me?
Besides the OG and like say maybe the 33, not the gelato, rather the Gorilla Glue, all those other strains you mentioned, it's the first time you're growing them.
I'm growing the strawberry banana again. This is the third time now, and I really enjoy that strain. Like it's an any time of the day joint. Like I really enjoy the joints from it. It almost gets better as you get down to it. Get further down, it's deadly. I love it. The fresh orange, I've smoked it with my bro Mike. It's an orange cross and an OG cross. Something both of cross with something, but it's basically an orange and an OG cross that you can really taste the orange, the sweet tangerine orange in the beginning of the joint, and then it finishes with the fucking OG at the end. Literally, all the closer you get down, it tastes more like OG, and it's amazing. I really like the way the profile does that too. It really takes you right down to the end of the joint every time because of it. And the wedding cake barb I haven't done yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. Matt brought it up for me, and I'm really just honored to have.
Yeah, I'm interested for that.
Sure. Yeah, like I can't wait to try it out. That's gonna make it just fucking even.
Did he by chance bring any of the flour, or did he tell you what it finishes like, or?
No. We smoked so much fucking dope of so many fucking things. I couldn't even decipher anything or compare or nothing. Like we did I take you guys to the White Goose, to my buddy Ryan's restaurant when you guys were here?
I don't think so.
Okay, well he's one of the top restaurants in Prince George here, like 100% 6-star stuff. And I told him that my friends were coming up, and one of them was a vegan. Kirk Tusaw, he was with him. He was a vegan, and he's like, could you cater to these guys and make us a nice 2-course or two main courses and a bunch of small courses?
That's a vegan, eh? I didn't know that.
And the guy did an incredible job. And the whole time we were there, we had the whole restaurant to ourselves, and we didn't smoke inside because it's just too fucking smoky, right? But smoking outside, fucking steady, smoking before dinner, steady, smoking after dinner, steady, of just many different flavors of what they had. It was a cool trip. And I exchanged my OG and strawberry with them, and they gave me a couple. I was
yeah, I'm curious because every time I see Matt, it's always like, hey, yeah, great to see you. He pulls out the jar and he gives the barb dry sift, and like that cut he has is just so distinctly peach.
Amazing.
Like there's nothing. I've grown it. I could never find it. Nobody else has it. And that's why I'm curious. He did all these barb crosses. I'm really curious to see if anything came out super dominant with something else, like maybe something that makes it better bud structure or dump hash better, like what you have, wedding cake with the barb. I'd be curious.
Me too. I'll definitely show you, man. Fuck yeah.
Hopefully it's going to be like super peachy and then just dumps hash, because the wedding cake just dumps hash and it doesn't really have that dominant of a taste like that. Either it's gassy or it's kind of sweet, but it's not in a way where if you added peach to that profile, the peach would be like an orange in the sense of when you add something to terpene mixes, and it would be very dominant, I would imagine.
No, then there's also there's also the thing of what I've learned recently through Drake, and I believe Tara as well, and 710 and Visions and Lemon, that the Congo, you can't cross it with anything because it just dominates whatever it's crossed with and turns into Congo. Literally.
Because it's a line race and those genetics are just so strong. Sure.
Yes.
It's like what happened in Jamaica, right? They try to bring in genetics, and after a couple seasons, the dominant local strains.
Is that Congo, Tara?
Said, yeah, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like in Jamaica, they try to bring in new strains, but after a couple seasons, all the dominant pollen in the area just kind of changes everything back into the local because it's just so.
Lamb's breath and that sort of stuff.
Sorry about that. I was muted. Yeah, so I got a tent set up finally. I got the Congo clone back.
Yeah, nice.
Because I took the Congo from Vision and passed it to Kevin, and then Kevin re-gifted it back to me. And so now I have it back, and now it's back here. So yeah.
No, you know, this is what Tara does. She's like, literally yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
You're like, should I get a tent, you guys, and put it in the background and that? And we're just like, yeah. And literally not even 24 hours later, she's got a tent set up, light, the whole works. She don't fuck around at all. Good
Like
on you, Tara. Right on.
Be about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. That's how it's got to be.
Right.
That's it, man.
And we're gonna be popping beans. Speaking on my channel, come January 1st to start the New Year's off right. We're gonna be popping beans. So if y'all want to join in live with us, I would love to have the biggest bean popping party on New Year's Day to start the year off right. Everybody, get your beans ready, and we're all popping them because I'm gonna be growing those from the beginning of the New Year's, and y'all are gonna get updates throughout the growing season through the summer. So I'm super excited, and Drake's gonna be right there along my side, help me co-host that. Drake, you're popping a whole bunch too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be popping all sorts of stuff, and I can't wait to do that with all you. Spend a good day together after New Year's. We're gonna be all pent up. We'll probably have some sort of party the night before, some sort of New Year's dab out. Who knows, fucking pajama wear. You never know what's gonna come up on
pajama party for sure.
Right?
Onesies only, guys. Come on.
Perfect. And we'll be getting stoned. So then we'll wake up, at a reasonable time the next day and do some seed planting together and share some tips on how we all do our different seed planting. That'll be a little good way to transition into that, and then maybe get into some soil talk as well. I know we've been wanting to do that. Maybe get good old Wendy Sunabis to come on and chat, and we've been poking and prodding at Tribal and Oshi Grows, Tribal Gardens, to come on and talk about the awesome stuff they've been doing, and they just whipped up a whole ton of soil, so we got to get on that. And everyone,
his facility going right now, finishing it up. It looks amazing.
They're just fucking killing it. And everyone out there watching, make sure to be on live chat, not top chat, and get those thumbs up.
It's clean.
Downtime.
It is.
Oh, John, you missed a spot,
You're
John.
falling behind. Are you ready, Johnny?
Took me like 56 minutes. I was told you, I was going to make me clean my bog. It's going to take me an hour. Okay, I'm jumping in with some Russian Stomper, Green Stomper, which is green crack crush with Russian Stomper kind selections. Why? Because I need to get stomped right now.
What's the profile, Johnny?
It's actually about a year and a half old, so.
So it's
BBN?
Vinegar?
You know, like you can definitely smell the bursting stuff.
Hey, Wild Dragon. Hit it hot, eh? Yeah, right. Fuck.
715.
Here's what
I'm just doing the dump. I'm going in for the full dump.
Some 70 to 149 micron zombie rosin, we call it, that me and my partner processed.
Okay, I'm gonna actually go in at 550 Fahrenheit. I've never done this before, so it better not like just die a little me here. I need a carb cap. I got like 4 of them here somewhere. There's the big. I'm gonna.
Cold start.
Have it down.
Cold start. I've been doing the cold start since I learned there was a cold start method. I love the tech, all the different things that come out.
Yeah, and there's never really a failure if you do it right. If you cold start, you get your herps, and then you can just reheat if you didn't heat it up enough. And then if you do the inverse, if you go too big, you can always double down. If you fucking see that rosin or that oil just fucking bouncing on that nail and you went in too early, well, it's your duty to double down and throw another glob in there, and you won't chaz your bang, or you'll just get stoned as fuck.
Fuck yeah. Hit her big or go home.
I'm big down.
Oh, hit her how you want. I'm just kidding. It's all your personal preference. I used to like big rips, but too much
I'm
now.
back on the reheat right now. I just dabbed down hard.
I remember when the butter was come out, and there was the hot nails, and you'd let those things get up to the red orange fucking heat, and then you'd put your dab on that fucking nail, and you'd fucking hit it hot, 1300, 1200,
and that titanium, right? Like,
and die from it, and wonder why the dude's having a bit of a panic attack because his lungs are fucking depriving his brain of oxygen because they're damaged or whatever the process is. And holy fuck,
those brands never go. You're gonna be left with those. Like everyone talks about now about fucking burning yourself with a quartz bang or doing all this low tech temp. Fuck, you try heating up a fucking domeless nail fucking to red hot and then going in right away. Like I remember right in the beginning of it, and this is like, you know, everyone's open blasting all the wax.
You try and hit it as hot as you could just so you can get
in the honeybee extractor.
Oh yeah, exactly. And we had someone come in this one time. This is right like fucking, you know, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, saying, "Oh no, guys, like do it colder. Like you gotta get the temperature down." And we fucking laughed and we said, we're trying to get stoned here. Like, what are you talking about? Do it colder. And oh, it's so funny. Like how everything is just
every tech that's come out, we've mocked when it came out in one way or the other. And then when we tried it, we're sold on it instantly.
I remember hanging out with the guys here that when I first got into the extraction game, they were the guys doing it. When rosin came out, holy fuck. They would just laugh. Whoa, you go squash your buds. Like, yeah, go squash your buds, you fucking idiot. Like, and then here we are, like.
And here we are mocking fucking bud rosin, right? Because it's just local.
The messages I used to get after I did the video, the Deathy BHO, they literally had 2.4 million views before they took it down. But people were sending me threats. You're fucking done. What do you like? I couldn't believe how the hate came on because I was like the death of BHO and that rosin was going to change the game. That stuff is crap.
That's probably why I got taken down. You had so many people reporting you because they're all butthurt about this tech that could be fucking, you know.
All three of them are down now. They've all been striked by YouTube. All my rosin videos. Half my drive. Weird.
I don't think YouTube itself cares that much about your rosin. So I think there's just butthurt people that are going out of their way to report it because.
Oh no, it is. It's all it is. If people like just want to get butthurt and want to like.
Sore bum.
Yeah, I got a new John Morgan
from Camp Sore Bum.
Hey, it's getting clean, guys. Look at that shit. Fucking clean rig.
Is it nice and shiny, Johnny?
Not yet. You can see the dry sift in the thing. This is the hardest part. I talked with Dan is how to clean these parts coming in and out.
Have you had a bong rip yet? Have you had a bong rip yet, Johnny?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Not a dry sift though.
Can you do a bong rip yet? Because I got one ready, like for myself here. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
I want to do it. Let's do it together. All right? You ready?
I got to heat it up though.
Let's do it.
Hey, I'll do a cold start with you.
Cold start it is. Yeah. Let's do it. Sunday morning, fucking bong rips for breakfast. How long we've been on for?
1 hour.
Okay. Yeah, that's maybe another 20 minutes or so, hour and a half tops. We can't be taking up everybody's day with a 4-hour fucking program. But what else are we gonna do?
How much going on? So
I gotta make hash. It is sippy.
Yeah, I was thinking of the same. Check my room out, go have a look at my ladies. I gave a little bit of water yesterday with some CalMag under the LEDs to load them up a little bit in the soil. See how that does with the purpling of the stalks. Bong rip, mother lovers.
Are you doing all LED now, Darren?
Yeah, Darren's running the. You've got Alias, you got Rock and and maybe some what else you got in there? A couple things, some mixed spectrum, right?
I got the Alias Reds, and I got the Alias Matrix, and I got the 630 CMHs and 315 CMHs.
Yeah, there it is.
So so the dominant lights are the LEDs, and the CMHs are kind of fill-ins, or they're all just in separate areas for separate sections?
CMHs are on the sides. The LEDs are in the middle over the dirt plants. CMHs are over my hydroponic tables. And the way I grew them last time, my dirt plants, I only did 6 plants under these lights just for experimental, pretty much. It's because it was just at the stage I was at. And I fucked up on those plants the way I grew them with the CalMag deficiency and trimming too much leaf off too soon.
So you did water only, right?
Yeah, water only, and they're hanging right now, and they turned out really nice, dense, frosty, terpy as hell, fucking buds. Like I am loving it. There's a picture on my Instagram, a video of a red plant that was the OG in there under the LED red. That was fuck, man. The smell on those fucking things are just killer, and I love that. That's the terps are really coming out with the low temps on the plants compared to the high pressure sodiums hanging down and being close to the plants, actually fucking gassing off some of the terpenes you got on the plant that they're too close to because of the heat and temperature, right? So now that didn't happen with these, and it's fucking pretty. And the CMHs are supposed to produce more THC, and I'm actually seeing it. Like it's, I've had my buddies tell me that some of the nicest stuff we've got to smoke in a while, right?
I love my CMHs. They were so nice, Dan. Like I thought that 315 CMH that I had there at the end from Endo. So that was it was Hortilux. It like killed it. It did so good. This is what the aliens look like right now. That's the HLG Diablo behind me, Scorpion. But I definitely had a case over here, guys. So I was purple stalking like crazy. And after having some talks with some people and stuff, I'm running my room at 85, 86 degrees night and day. And my purple stalk went away.
This is what I was trying to tell you, Darren. Like, it's a whole new game when you get into LED.
Yeah.
You have to totally forget about, you gotta understand now that because there's no ultraviolet red like an HPS or a CMH,
you're not using the gases.
You actually have to use the room ambient temperature to get your plants to the temperature you want on the leaf surface. So before, when you're using CMH and all these other HDI lights, they would actually, all that extra infrared is what would be heating your plant's surface of the light, surface of the plant, right? And that's why you would have to use so much AC, because you're trying to bring down the temperature on the leaf surface to where you want it. But when you're working with LED, that red isn't there anymore to heat up the plants from the light. So what you have to do is bring up the temperature in the room a lot higher. And on average, if you bring up the temperature, say Johnny's got it at 85, the leaf surface temperature is actually going to be about 83. It's around
83, and that's where I want, and that's exactly where I want it.
So when you're working with LED, you really got to think about your room temperature versus leaf surface temperature in a different way than you're used to with HPS.
So if that was an HPS room and I ran it at 86 degrees, the leaf temperature would probably be about 90.
Exactly.
Reverse, and that's where
like
people
are reverse on this. And then that's the whole thing with even being able to move the lights now. Like you can move, some of the LEDs are made to go really, really close because they don't give off the same type of infrared that they used to with a HPS. So you can get super close. And then, because now all it is, Darren, for real, is like, I'm going to give you an equation. You're going to get a light meter. You're going to put the light meter at your canopy, see what that number is, do this equation, and you're going to go, okay, here's my daily light integral number. You can just use that as a guide to everything. You don't have to fucking guess about anything anymore. Because with the LEDs, it literally becomes math as far as giving, because then if there's ever times where you go in your room and it's 2 hours before lights off and all the plants are like this, that means the lights are too close, the lights are too strong, or you could even shave an hour of light time off of your plants. I only run 17 hours of light. And in flower, I only run 11 hours of light because I don't need that much, because the plants don't get enough fucking energy in the LEDs because they're more efficient with the light.
With me, which is awesome what you're talking about. So I do the exact same thing that you're talking about. It's really important to understand growing LEDs. And then exactly if you're PPFD, so you want to put in your daily light integrals calculator, DLI calculator, put that into your Google search, click on the first one. It'll tell you exactly. So if you get to know what your canopy is, then you can punch that in and get your daily DLI. So with cannabis, it's a high light plant. So you're going to hit it between 30, and I heard people are getting as high as 45. I run mine around 35 DLI per day. So say if I was running my room at 950 ppfd for 12 hours, my DLI would be around 900, would be around 38 to 40. So I kind of want to run that down lower as I'm progressing near the end of my growth. So then I would cut down the time. Exactly. I go from 12 down to 12 and a half, down to 11, just like the fall setting. So think of how your plants are growing. Think of how you grow inside, and also think of how you eat and how you sleep. This is what someone told me. You eat 3 times a day. You eat a couple times a day. That's why I like growing in cocoa now. We were going to talk about grow mediums and what's better grow medium that, well, right now, cocoa seems to be the number one that I've been using. But then at the same time, when I go to sleep at night, I like a warm blanket. So why am I lowering my temperatures by 10 degrees at night and causing all this stress to my plants? So
I like 3-4 degrees.
Particular grow, I'm having a 3 to 4 degree fluctuation. I go from about 88 down to about 83 all day and all night. It's a constant. My room doesn't fluctuate in between. It doesn't drop down below what I used to before. It's go down to like 72, 76. They'll allow me to flower down to 68, draw them, lower the humidity, and wonder why I'm getting powder and mildew and problems in my plants, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly, Johnny.
Causing it, guys. Like and these are big steps in growing with LEDs. It is a more CalMag. It is a more aggressive plant. And like I say, you got to give your plants rocket fuel now because you're running rockets in your room. Like,
how about this, Johnny? When I replanted my room on Thursday, I felt just naturally in my fucking soul that the temperatures needed to be higher in my room just for the plants, because I just felt it. Like, this is how long I've been growing for. I know, I feel it. I feel the energy off these fucking ladies, man. Like, I really can. And so I've raised the temperatures up. So my rooms are at about 82, 83 right now, higher than they were. And they're going down to about 77, 76 at night. And
don't lower your temperatures at night.
They're fucking beautiful. I don't lower my temperatures at all. I just let the room do its thing, because
what he's saying is, like, what I do is I have supplemental heat for at night.
So you put some heat in.
I make sure my room never gets lower than 80 ever at night, because because when I started growing, right, I started growing LEDs 7 years ago when I came back to growing after fucking 10 years, whatever. LED, right into LED. And I fucking failed with powdery mildew a couple times. And then I figured out, oh shit, my drifts, especially with LED, were too big. So now I never let my room go lower than like 80 at night. And then now that I understand LED more, it's like, yeah, 84, 86. Like, I'll look at it right now with my pulse. The lights just came on 10 minutes ago.
I love my pulse, dude. That's awesome.
And let's see, I'm at 82.4 and it's 60 humidity. So I'm at 1.6 BPD. So I'm right around, I want to be 1.5.
And what's your humidity stay at?
In the first 2 weeks of flower and in veg, as high as I can, 70, 72. And just because you get vigorous growth. And as long as, like, your plants aren't super, like, bushy, or if you're going in there every day and you're inspecting, so you're not seeing leaf layover where there's water. You know what I mean? As long as I'm not having that, as long as my air circulation is good, I'll keep it in the low 70s until the second week of flower when I do the leaf strip. And then I try to lower the humidity down to like 62.
Wow,
62.
that's low, eh?
Yeah, and then I just leave it. I leave it around there for the whole thing. Well, because if I have my temperature at 84, 85, my humidity needs to be around there to stay around 1.5 BPD. But then as I get more into flower, I will bring it down a bit more, right?
Yeah, I'm at 1.4 right now. My temperature is at 83. My humidity is at 71. So in week 4 of flower, my VPD being at 1.4, and I got this really cool chart sitting right here, guys. So I got this little chart on here of what the VPD to run at what weeks and where you should be at, and then how you can actually take a look at it. It's a great little chart I got from Pulse. So Pulse sent me this VPD chart. It's a great little chart to follow. So you can definitely Google this and find it. But I'm kind of, you're nodding because you know exactly. This is a great chart to really run your VPD in the beginning, which you're running at about 0.9 going into 1.2. And at the end of flower, you have about 1.5. So this is a great little thing to kind of pay attention to. And as you're getting into week 4 and week 5, you want to lower your humidity, you want to take a look at your temperatures, and you want to keep that VPD around that 1.4, 1.5, so you don't get powdery mildew or anything like that. But this is a great reference, and I've been really liking this a lot. So
yeah, so it's just a different game. There's a lot of like little nuances that I feel like people were hesitant and were failing in LED because of stuff like this that just wasn't common knowledge enough or wasn't being told enough to people who were switching from HPS to LED. So that's why I asked, because you brought up the purple stems. And I feel like if you were to bring up the heat more, get your heat around 84, and not let it get that cold at night, then you'd see the stems, that stem issue go away. And obviously, like you're saying, you want to have a good amount. Me, I put like 1.5 to 2 mils per liter of CalMag, and I use
I do 5
Optical,
mils per gallon.
which is
5 mils per gallon.
so I try to I do at the middle to almost higher sometimes, depending where I am. Because I'm in Cocoa and I'm doing yellow.
Yeah.
No, I tried to go on my phone and go on my
found this product worked really good for submitting like in week 4 and week 5, just to keep it kind of more green with the LEDs, because I'm using microbial mass, so it's eating more nitrogen. It needs a little bit extra. So when you start adding and getting more to that, more aggressive product, I went to Hydro Store and Dan's like, you should try this. It might help out with my lockout. So good products.
Good advice. Good advice.
Admit iPhone into the waiting room meeting. I can admit somebody?
I'm gonna go in my room, the flower room, so I'm trying to join the meeting.
I think Bear's coming in.
I said I was able to admit somebody. Am I a host or something?
Oh no.
Yeah, you're the co-host.
He's jumping back
Maybe
in
a co-host.
on his.
As I said, I could admit somebody. I got to hit a button there. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I muted you once too. I didn't know I could, but I did. And I was like, oh, because I got the power. I was like, oh, I muted you. I tried to get, I was just like, oh, cool.
He gave me some power. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
No problem, man.
Power. The power of, there you go. But definitely going with LEDs and different glow mediums and just all different setups. Is that a tube system? That's a hydro system? No, that's just the way it's set up. I haven't changed any of my stuff right now. I'm about ready to walk into a nightmare.
Oh, you gotta tie all that stuff up, stake it all up and everything like that, or what?
Have you seen the room? Didn't I just show it to you?
Uh-huh.
Where do I go? Do I tie things from the roof? Is it like do I just let it all fall into each other and like things?
Bamboo and string.
I don't like bamboo. Bamboo brings bugs in my opinion, so I'll just use steel stakes.
Bamboo brings bugs.
Well, they hold bugs
to hide.
They hide in the bamboo. I'm not a bamboo fan. I got rid of all my bamboo because I got sick of everything. Purple Kush Wilson. Nice. Wilson!
That makes a lot of sense, Johnny. So what do you use then?
Metal stakes.
Yeah.
Metal stakes only. They're a little bit more pricey, But you know what? Since I got rid of my metal, since I got rid of my bamboo stakes, I don't have bugs anymore. I've had bugs and be fighting bugs for a long time, and I just started eliminating all the processes. It's like, why the fuck? I bleach my room, everything, but I bring back these bamboo stakes, even though I leave them outside in the wintertime. They're somehow hibernating because it's natural. So if you don't think that they're living in there somehow or setting eggs in there, so your next grow, bamboo stakes, in my opinion, out the fucking door, guys. You need to use metal stakes, spend the money, and eliminate places where bugs can hide.
Very good.
Those are looking great, dude. Those are looking great. And yeah, 100% Johnny. I remember watching
bud sites. Sorry, Johnny, keep going.
No, that room looks awesome. I do not mind at all. I'm gonna give that some credit for sure. Thanks for showing us. And then I remember Sub Cool back in the day really dealing with those russet mites, and he nuked everything, cleaned everything, and the only thing he didn't think of was he re-added the bamboo stakes, the same ones that he fucking could never get rid of them. So
get rid of bamboo stakes. I got rid of every single one of them out of my room for that reason, because I got done with bamboo stakes. I fully believe that was a cause of a lot of my problems.
How about them bringing bugs into the room without how about brand new ones? You think they can?
No, same thing. I don't care. I'm just out. I'm just like, I will wait for my metal stakes. I'll spend the extra dollar.
Well, you know what? That is it right there, everybody. If you're growing your fucking dope, this is for you. This is your metal. You don't want to fight this stuff. Spend the extra to eliminate the problem that could possibly potentially fuck you over and over and again. I'm not going to put a fucking bamboo stake in my room now.
No one here is saying, though, what about just fighting with your beneficials, though? So see, like everybody's saying, just out that, but you got to have beneficials. Like, what about?
I don't want bugs in my room. Why the hell would I want beneficial spider mites in my room? What's wrong with you?
No, beneficials for sure.
Go ahead, Drake.
Yeah, you definitely like. There's like per se rove beetles or the minute pirate bugs. Or there's certain ones that you really want to add in there for sure in your soil.
Not living in the bamboo stakes though.
No,
they're living in the soil.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, same thing. You know, just eliminate any places for them to hide, and then when you go back and you're cleaning your room in between, or if you have a repeating cycle that you don't get to do a deep clean, you want to have the least amount of areas for things to hide.
I use bamboo stakes for outside, and if I see them inside, I break them and throw them outside. Like I just don't want them in my room anymore.
What he's talking about?
A long time, and really steel stakes, they're great. You get all different sizes. You get thin ones, thick ones, heavy ones, 7 foot, 8 foot, 3 foot. You have to order them most of the time because these stores just don't carry them. But just step outside of the box. If you need 5, order 5, and get the good ones. Like
what were you gonna say, Buddha?
I didn't hear what he was talking about. I couldn't hear in the garden, but I'm guessing something about spider mites hiding in bamboo.
Yeah, the bamboo stakes.
Bugs in general.
Always, I mean, personally, I think it's a great idea to just have beneficials. If just always have, I have a guy here. I'm very lucky. Anatis is a Quebec-based company that has all those kind of bugs, and they breed a lot of them locally. And I find they've been the best for my drip problem. I don't have a problem anymore because of that. But I feel like it even worked better because they were bred locally rather than from Europe and sent in.
Well, that's awesome. What'd you use specifically for the thrips?
Use the N-cucumbus, the
Parisium?
Stratius,
Cucumaris, Stratioalaps, Galaps, or whatever, or the Hypoaspis miles, one of the two soil mites.
One, and also the third one I tried was the. It has like a name that's insidious. Makes me think of the word.
The Aureus insidious, the minute pirate bug. I just put those in. They're awesome little bastards. I found.
So I've used those in different conjunctions, and I haven't had any issue in almost a year with anything. And this last run, just because I was going into flower right in fall, I called my bug guy and I was like, what do I need? A number of plants. He was like, yeah. I'll give you this many sachets, this many bugs, put it in. And I was like, I don't even have anything. It's just a preventative because all the bugs want to come inside right now, Exactly. So it's just a good preventative. You put it in before the first 2 weeks of flower and you won't have a problem.
And even if you beetles.
Rove beetles, yeah.
Those are fucking, they're really good, and they're one of the only ones that you add them once and they populate. They just stick around.
Oh, how How are those for your buds with
They die once
on your go?
they'll eat each other, or they'll just die once there's nothing else. And depending what you're using, they don't necessarily live on your buds. Some of them are in the soil.
Exactly. The cucamaris, they're very aggressive, and then the same thing. They'll go through, and once there's not anything for them to eat, they'll start attacking themselves. And then the things like the minute pirate bugs, or Aureus insidious. And if I mispronounce one of these bugs' names, please someone in chat let us know what's what, or if I add two together or whatever the hell. We're doing our best here with these crazy scientific names. But regardless, the little Aureus insidious, they stick around for the most part. I've seen a few of them roaming, and they're like a little tiny beetle, and most of them don't fucking go on the buds for the most part. They just roam the leaves and shit. The rove beetles can fly, but they're mainly soil dwellers, but they do rove around everywhere, and they can get to different places and get their food. So that's why they're awesome to have around, especially if you have like a banker plant. Or I mean, I just keep I have the living soil, and I add a little bit of bokashi on top every now and then, like the wheat bran that's inoculated, and they seem to thrive with it. Like I've got some pots where I look at it and I'm like, holy shit, there's literally like 100 of these little buggers there. So they're really good. And then the ones in the soil, they don't go up on the plants, like the Hypoaspis miles or Stratiolapis stimicus or whatever. They stick in the soil, so or in your other medium, depending on if it's an environment they can thrive in.
So you're putting in these this combination of beneficial bugs when you plant your plants, or once they're in a certain stage of veg, or when you put them into bud.
It all depends on what's the issue is. If you're having an issue, or if it's a preventative, or like just. I mean, obviously, you want to put them in the first week or two, the latest of flower, right? Because they're gonna. Some of them, like he's saying, some of them will, inoculate the pot and can stay alive in there, but other ones will die after a while. So you can put them in the first week or two, and then they'll be dead or gone by the time you're later in the flower. And at that point, they should have already done their job, where they're not going to be a nuisance in the later stage of bud, right? And then in the veg, it don't matter. Veg could be, veg, if you really want to be like super hardcore veg and you don't care what your plants look like, you just, in my opinion, this is just me, and I've seen a lot of people do it, spray those fuckers with wettable sulfur. And they look like shit, but that will kill everything. Obviously, if you're in like living soil, I don't know. I just do cocoa. I don't know if you want to spray a wettable soil, it might kill all your beneficials, whatever. But if you're in veg and you have a bad problem, or you're having an issue trying to get out powdery mildew, whatever, and you want to keep those plants, you can do wettable sulfur treatment. You just got to know your ratios and know when to put it on so you don't burn your plants, depending what your lighting is. If you have LED versus HID, these are, as long as you inform yourself of what you have, and you don't just parrot somebody else's shit because you think it's going to work for you. Like I saw a guy trying to do flood and drain. He actually asked me on my live, and I saw someone else on a show asking. They were trying to do flood and drain, but the medium and the setup was something for like ebb and flow or like top feed. And they were wondering why their shit was dying. And it's like, well, like Grodan doesn't suck up water the way fucking cocoa does. So it's not going to leach a flood and drain the same way if you just pour it from the top, you know what I mean? So it's like he was just trying to parry something he saw someone else do on Instagram, and he ended up failing because he didn't understand how what he was doing already worked.
Yeah.
So as long as you understand your medium, and then you can apply that, whatever the method is. But those are the two things I do.
Through failure as well. Accidents.
You want to try to learn from other people's failures as much as possible. This is how I feel like I've gotten the most knowledge, is all the older people. I've talked to all the other growers who failed and told me, don't do that. This is what happened.
My videos are so educational.
Like John.
I was like, well, you only learn from failing, and that's how you excel, and that's how you learn, because like sooner or later you're going to fail, and you got to learn from that, and you got to move forward. You got to keep growing. Stand plants.
Rip, let's do it.
Hey, I'm almost ready. Look at that. Almost ready.
Yeah, it only took you 2 hours to clean that bomb.
Do you dab, dude? Do you even dab, dude? You've been
Dab,
cleaning the bong the whole show, man.
Even stiff, bro.
That's how much he dabs.
It's awesome.
See, I pulled out a fresh pipe knowing. I'm like, let me just grab a fresh one out of the cabinet. So there's no
Cleaned mine. I cleaned mine
drama.
before we did this. Like, come on.
The other one is in the solid
If you
cleaner.
clean them every morning, it doesn't take as long to clean your rig.
That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure, Johnny. Like, this is what? We're fucking 79 minutes in and you're still cleaning. That was
I
a
like to go like 3-4 days, and then I'll switch the rig up.
Okay.
Toss it in that sonic cleaner, let it fucking just boil up. I don't necessarily use the sonic function all the time because it does scare me. But using it as like a little heater is fucking so good.
A little crock pot for your rigs.
I didn't think about it at first, and then I was at Kyne's house when I was in BC there in October. And I was like, "Oh, you got one?" He's like, "Yeah, I got some stuff boiling off in there." And I'm like, "What?" And I looked, I had it up to like 90 something. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's a good idea." Like, not with alcohol, but it would probably turn into a little fucking bomb if you did that. Especially if you kept the top on. As soon as it got to a certain fucking level, it would just want to volatilely explode.
Yeah.
So don't do that, kids, please.
that's don't do it.
Wow. My buddy's messaging me on Instagram talking about all these Facebook groups he's looking at. He's like, this Facebook group has balls of hash where it's only 100 grand minimum. It's just pictures of dudes holding giant fucking hash balls. I'm like, you are crazy. This is why I haven't been on Facebook in almost a decade. Finally. First one
That
of
was
the
worth
day.
it, man. That was definitely worth it.
How'd that taste? Awesome.
Oh yeah. Drains nicely. It's got the perfect on it. This will be the next clean, but that's going to be like a day clean.
Oh,
So who out there of you guys have tried papaya in extract form? You have?
Yeah, I
From
have
what producers have you tried it with?
gas now.
I've tried it in California, but God, I don't know who the producer is right offhand. I could
it
find
like a
out
home-
for you.
Was it a homie or was it like you went to a dispensary or?
Two. There was one that was a homie and one was in a dispensary, but I can't remember.
Did you find they were similar or it was totally different?
There's not a lot of papaya. There's just like there's not a lot of strawberry. There's not a lot of nana. You know, straw nana. It has a beautiful bouquet, and it's like, but it's not like people don't really think that you're gonna get a strawberry banana taste in some of those. Like, there's a few that have maybe hints. Like that Fruit Loop, like the Fruit Loop one, I could see where you could taste Fruit Loops, but you know, everybody does taste different terpenes. So that's just on my tongue. That's what I'm saying. So don't take totally on just what I'm
Were
saying.
those two papayas like the same profile when you had them, or are they totally different themselves between the two papayas? Or
You
was it so long
know,
ago you don't remember?
one unfortunately was not a solventless, and one was solventless. So of course I really like the solventless way better, and it had like much floral bouquet. The other one just really had you know, so it's not comparing apples to apples, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
exactly.
can't do
Yeah,
that,
totally.
like
Very
just
hard
to
to
be
do that.
honest,
Yeah.
right?
I know there's a few cuts of papaya up here in Canada that are going around, but I don't think any of them are like the Cali papaya. I'm just curious what that's actually like. That's my next venture.
Oh, it was good. It was very good. Don't get me wrong, but I had a straw nana last year at the Emerald Triangle, or the Emerald Cup in the Dragonfly Earth Medicine's teepee there. Some of their friends that are back east, they grow. And they had this straw nana that I wish I would have jumped on it. They had a baller jar. Like it was killer bubble. And it was done right. So like I'm like, oh, kicking myself in the butt for that. But actually, Washington's had some good hash. I've been super happy with the hash I've been really going out and buying quite a bit of hash lately because I don't have anything and I didn't grow enough last year. So this year I'm going to have to grow a lot more. And that's why we're going to get the grow on. But yeah.
Struggle.
Stronana.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. Because I want to get my hands on that papaya cut. So I just wanted to ask anybody who's in the States if they had it. But yeah. The garden shots I was showing you, one side the GMO, the other side the strawberry, that actually has a chemical strawberry turf. Like it tastes like real strawberries. It's super hype.
Cool.
It's from the F1s of that exotic genetic Mike's strawberries and cream. He ended up doing a whole line off of that F1s where he did like strawberry and cream times, like everything, but those original ones, like this one dumps hash. So I'm really excited to run it this next run, see what it drops.
The hash that my strawberry banana dumps is fucking amazing, man. It is a lot. I notice it a lot more. And here's the thing that we always got to remember in this fucking industry that is a real fuckery part of it is as soon as the new one comes, the new kid on the block, the new fucking song, the new, everybody is gonna fucking, any hustler that's got a little hustle and is a little bit of a snake, and there's a lot of fucking middlemen in there that are like that, will say this is strawberry banana because they'll get the dollar for it and they'll get the hype for those fucking 3 or 4 sales type thing for that one. It's just everybody really needs to realize that people do that a lot. Once the OG was around, everything was OG because you were getting it was either $100 an ounce for fucking mids or shit dope or even good dope, and then the OG Kush was $250 an ounce because it was fucking killer, and people just wanted it.
There was a lemon punch that was amazing down there that I got to try.
How was the lemon? Was it really, really lemony, or was it?
It was pretty lemony. It was and it punched you in the face. Red River, I bought some, and Red River and I were hitting it, and Red was like kind of not functional afterwards. It was kind of funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there was those diamonds, and there was this motor breath diamonds that were amazing. Oh my gosh! Now those totally messed him up. He those were like he was gone.
I love getting that.
They were awesome.
All right, bong rip.
Oh yeah, I'm smoking a joint right now.
The new shit is RS11. That's the new hype strain right now.
Why and what and where do we get it?
It's in Cali. It's SoCal right now. It's big. It's like something mints 13. I have to look it up. But I've just seen a lot of people talking about how the newest hype strain is that, and then I started seeing some of my meme lord cohorts posting about it.
You and your memes, man. I look at them, I'm like, are you talking to me, bro? Like,
I know, dude. That cat piss one with Steve, Breeder Steve. I
thought that was hilarious.
That was awesome, dude. I loved it. I gotta get better on Instagram.
Like, yeah, I can't go hard with them. I like them, but I sure as hell don't want to smoke weed that smells like their piss. Like, what? This guy is a fucking hilarious. Like, Jim introduced me to him a while back, and I was supposed to interview him a while back. Yeah, and I just never got around to it. But like, after seeing that thing and a few other recent appearances he did, I'm like, I gotta get called in again.
Oh, he's awesome to talk to. I got to spend 420 event up there in BC with him on the beach. We went out there by you know, the whole big crew was up listening to the band. We were out on the beach smoking it up with Breeder Steve. And then we went back to his flat and got to have some of his wine. And he's awesome. And then he just sold his winery. So I got to taste some of the last wine that he had. So that was really cool. And he's an awesome, really neat guy, super friendly. Definitely reach out to him.
Yeah, super like innovator and legend as far as some of the strains that he's created over the years, for sure. Like, yeah.
No doubt in that.
But yeah, funny this guy's like, oh, I haven't had seeds and I haven't sold seeds in quite a while, but I was like, when he was asking who all the new guys were, the seed people, I was like, ah, fuck. I want to tell Breeder Steve who all the hype boys are right now and see what he thinks.
Oh, you should.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to? Do you want to come on the next? Do you want to come on the next show with us and we'll chat it up? Let's do it because Lemon Hoko and Steve are actually coming back on. Do you want to do it with us? You're
Sure.
welcome to do it.
Man,
I'll throw the link out to you.
I'm sure he'd have no problem jumping on with you after too and coming on your show and just getting all over the place.
Yeah, definitely.
Hockey's board.
Yeah, we could all cross promote each other. That'd be awesome.
What we gotta do.
That's
Everyone's gotta share the love. That's what this is about.
I heard something about me as I was blowing my nose.
Yeah, we were talking all about you, Johnny.
My legs were a little weak on that last tab. I got a little wobbly. I was like, holy fuck.
Took a good one.
It was pretty good. Well, I got this big mound of pasture that I was gonna press. All right.
You were looking like Craig Robertson last night.
So this is all the fresh frozen of Medi Kush. So it's the 45, 73, 90, 120. And I just keep like grabbing little chunks of it, holding a lighter up to it, watching the bubble and melt, squishing it out, throwing it on the pipe and ripping. And it's just like, fuck. Now I don't know if I want to squish it because it's all like full melt. Do you squish the really good bubble or do you smoke it? Question mark.
You're gonna have to squish some of it.
Depends how heady you are. How heady are you, Johnny? I mean, you could just finger squash it into flags and then just smoke flags.
That's all I'm doing.
In the parchment and make flags. That's the new hype. That's the new hype boy shit. You take your
We
bubble.
did that like 8 years ago. That's what we're doing.
But now it has a
in
name.
2013.
Now it has a name, and you can tag it and be like a heady boy with all the young kids.
I don't need to be. No, I'm gonna squish this shit. Probably it makes my life easier, but
Let's hear the method, Buddha.
That's contaminant.
The
Well,
flag.
you know how we always used to do, like when you get your parchment and you do your little photo, and then the hand melt because the
take
bubble
your
is.
parchment, heat it up with a can or a flat iron. That's how Sorghum Sal discovered rosin because he's using the
Okay, the flag. Okay.
Yeah, and then you flag it out, and then you do a long ass flag, and you do a dab of. It's just like you said, stoners always look for new ways to get high. So now this is the new way to say you're doing a full melt dab,
And
do
we,
some flag.
142.
and we all mock it in the beginning, and
You're
then
mocking it, but it's already a thing, like.
You guys look up in the corner to your right. It says we've been live for 1 hour and 42 minutes and 22 seconds. So you basically got about 10 seconds to get your dab ready for a full
I'm
142.
right now.
Get it ready. You got 10.
On rep, mother
9,
lovers.
8. Everybody, get your bong rolling. Get your joint ready because we're going. 3,
92
2,
minutes.
1.
What do you think? Final dabs and say our goodbyes?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So what did y'all think of Weed Maps
Rip.
being the major sponsor to that fight last night?
Oh, don't say anything. I haven't watched the fight yet. You son of a bitch.
They were selling weed basically between the fights. Like Weed Maps was the major sponsor, and they were talking about the stigma of cannabis. It was actually pretty interesting.
Take
They had
that,
a-
Bud Light.
They had a promo for Weed Maps, and it was Nas doing the voiceover.
Oh, and by the way, it's 11:42 a.m. at the same time, so that worked out pretty cool. 424242 straight across the board because I was looked up. It says 11:42 a.m. We went an hour
Just
and
for
14
Johnny.
minutes at 42 seconds. That was the dab. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm out.
Where can we find you at Buddha Blaze on your social medias? And you do podcasts, and let's see where we can find you at.
My Instagram is Oil and Flowers Podcast. You can find the podcast anywhere where podcasts are, Spotify, iTunes podcasts, Google Play Music, or in the bio, there's a link that actually brings you to a page that has all my content on it. So there's the podcast. I'm also a DJ, so there's a link to the live stream of my weekly show I do, and my SoundCloud where all the shows and mixes are posted. And also tonight I'll be on YouTube with JJ from Uptown Grow Lab. We do Sundays, which is 8 to 9 West Coast and 11 to midnight East Coast tonight. So if you want to come and smoke for an hour, we'll be doing that as well. And we'll have a new show up, I think, by the end of the week. I'm getting ready to interview Rackums, who's a great hash maker from NorCal. And I'm also going to be interviewing Alice, who's partners with Flynn, aka Wook Sauce. They're both amazing hash makers from. She's from Brazil, but now lives in NorCal with him. And they both won in Barcelona big last year, Ego Clash and Masters of Rosin. So I've had him on already previous, and we're gonna have her on next as well as Rackham. So look for those interviews coming up. Thanks for having me.
You betcha, man. Drake, where can we find you, brother?
Hey, I'm Drake KO4 on Instagram, and you'll mainly just find me over here, and then over at the Tara Lee Live Show, helping co-host there, and trying to keep doing what we do and get out as much information as possible. So make sure to check out all the different platforms here. Go check out Tara Lee Live if you haven't yet, and come follow those podcasts. Check out the Oil and Flower podcast. Check out Johnny B for sure. We'll jump into that, and he can let us know. How do we get a hold of you, Johnny?
Pretty much 420 Weedmaster, Instagram, Facebook, John Burfello, H Burfello. So let's be really important here. There's like 10 fake accounts out there. And another thing, I don't sell weed. I give away information and stuff like that. So if you're getting a private message from apparently, all kinds of people who are not, this is me. I don't have backup accounts or nothing like that. So 420 Weedmaster, John H Burfello on Facebook, LinkedIn, of course, all those great platforms. Share the love, share the information, guys. That's what we're here to do. Dropping knowledge is what we do, and education is the key. Thanks for having me here, guys, and everybody else on the panel, like all you guys. Blessings, man. It's always a bong rip ready to go.
Miss Tara Lee, where can we find you?
Well, as Drake mentioned, right here hanging out with you all awesome people, and who knows where else I'll be, somewhere in the live chats. I always like finding live chats and hanging out in there. But I do have Tara Lee Live on YouTube, also Tara Lee Live on Instagram as well. We're doing some seed giveaways, so make sure to stay tuned to that. We also have a big bean pop going on. Make sure you tune in definitely for start the New Year's off right with a grow together. So, and Drake, as our co-host mentioned, he's always there with me hanging out. So thanks again, Darren, for having us and bringing us all together on this awesome Sunday. And thanks, community, for hanging out there. We appreciate you all coming by and hanging out with us.
Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you in the chat for coming in and asking questions and participating and just commenting. Great panel. Once again, it's always good conversation and always goes in different directions and everything. It's great. I love it. So we're going to end this off, and stick around, guys. We'll just going to end the live, and then we'll video chat for a few minutes. And thanks, everybody. Peace.